Good day everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Featureize TV! For this episode, I will teach you how to prepare ingredients using the knife. And what do we call this? This is called basic knife skills. When we prepare our ingredients using the basic knife skills, we refer to slice, chop, mince, cube, dice, or slice. So these are basic knife skills that we all have to learn. But the question here is this: why do we really have to apply all this to our ingredients before they are cooked? Answer: well, number one, we want our ingredients to cook evenly as they are placed in our pots or cooking pans. Number two, we want the flavor of each ingredient to really be drawn out and be absorbed by the dish that we are cooking. And number three, we want our dish to look good with all these ingredients cut and prepared properly. Before we continue discussing the different techniques in preparing these ingredients using the knife, let us discuss first the tips and important guidelines that we all have to consider so that we are sure that the preparation is done effectively and efficiently. Let's talk about the first one. Well, first things first, wash your hands before preparing and cooking your food. Alright? Why? Well, we all know that we prevent germs and bacteria to contaminate the food when we wash our hands. Number two, make sure that we have separate chopping boards for raw meat, chicken, and fish, and for fruits and vegetables that we have to prepare. Why? Well, the answer is we want to prevent cross-contamination. But another question here is this: Teacher I, what if you only have one chopping board at home? Well, in that case, there is actually a solution. After using it for raw meat, fish, and chicken, wash it properly, scrub it, rinse it together with a knife, of course, and then dry it, and then use it for the next ingredients. In that way, we also solve the problem of cross-contamination. The third guideline is proper way of holding the knife. How do we do that? As seen in our video, we have to make sure that the index finger and the thumb are placed at the boundary of the knife's blade and the handle, with your entire palm holding the handle of the knife. That way, we are able to secure the knife as we cut, julienne, chop, dice, cube, mince, chop our ingredients. And therefore, we prevent having cuts as we do it. That's for number three. We go to the fourth and last guideline, holding the ingredients while preparing or slicing and chopping or whatever technique that is. Make sure that the fingertips are hidden by the knuckles and the pinky finger and the thumb are holding the two sides of your ingredient as you do the technique. Okay? And so it has to be a little farther from the knife, of course, so that we prevent cuts. Now, as the knife gets nearer that, it also moves backwards so that we are able to prevent the same accident as well until we are done preparing the ingredient. These are the four important guidelines that we have to consider as we prepare ingredients using our knives. Now, we will move on discussing the proper techniques of doing it. Normally, before our ingredients like potatoes and carrots and onion, ginger, garlic are prepared, we remove the skin or the outer covering of these ingredients. So when we remove the outer covering or skin, we have two ways of doing that. One is by peeling. Peel or peeling is removing the outer covering of an ingredient using the hand, like when you peel banana. Number two is pare or paring. Paring is removing the outer skin of the ingredient using a sharp utensil like a peeler or a knife. Like when you have to remove or pare the skin of the carrot, the skin of the potato, or any other ingredients. Now, let's talk about the first technique, that is chop. When you say chop, it means cutting an ingredient into small uneven pieces. There is no desired shape or desired size for this, for as long as you're able to cut it into small uneven pieces, that is chop. Basically, this is done with onions and garlic and ginger and other ingredients that require that for cooking. And basically as well, this is used when we saute ingredients. That is chop. We go to number 2, mince. It refers to cutting an ingredient into very tiny and even pieces. Similar to chop, there is no particular size and shape for doing this. Only that this one is smaller and finer as compared to chop. The way we do it is quite different from chopping because when you want to make it finer already, the other hand will be placed on top of the knife while the other hand holding the knife should be moving right and left in order to mince the ingredients into finer pieces easily. Most recipes that require this would be burger patties, meatballs, salads, and all other recipes that would require the use of these minced ingredients. Then we go to the third one, cube. What do you mean by this? To cube is to cut an ingredient into uniform sizes and shapes, lengthwise first and then crosswise. However, you have to take note that when you use ingredients like potatoes and carrots, they have irregular curves. And so when you don't remove the irregular curves, you will not be able to come up with a perfect cube. So the first thing you have to do is remove the curves, set them aside, and then cut the ingredient lengthwise and then crosswise evenly to come up with a cube. Now, you may be wondering, what will happen to the curves? I mean the irregular curves and trimmings. Are we going to dispose them? Answer? No. You can use them for other recipes, applying different techniques that may be good for them. That is why we plan all the menu or the recipes or the dishes that we will cook for a week so that there will be no waste of ingredients that we will buy. So that's number 3. We go to number 4. Number 4 is dice. Dice is similar to cube. Why? Because dice is done by cutting an ingredient into uniform sizes and shapes, lengthwise first and then crosswise, but smaller than cube. That is dice. So the process is the same, only that dice is even smaller or finer. That's number 4. We go to number 5, julienne. What is that? Do you know julienne? Or what is julienne? Do you know that? Julienne is a knife skill as well. It is done by cutting an ingredient into much-like strips, like what we see in pancit guisado, julienne carrots. And there are other ingredients in which this can be applied as well. Julienne. We go to the last one, slice. How is this prepared? Slice is done by cutting an ingredient into flat pieces. That's regardless of shape. For as long as it is flat after you slice it, regardless of size as well, that's what we call slice. These are the basic knife skills all of us should know before we start cooking. See, when you know this and when we all know this, we make sure that cooking becomes easier, ingredients are cooked well, our dishes look better, and the flavors are well drawn out from each ingredient added to the recipe. And that's our episode for today. I hope that you learned a lot of new and useful ideas from the videos that I shared with you. So students who are studying this course, PLE teachers and home economics teachers, I also hope that you find this video a good reference material for your lessons. And I hope that you will also like and share this video to everyone that you know. And if you have not yet subscribed in my YouTube channel, please go to Teacher I's channel, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos and updates. Once again, this is Miss Takle for Teacher I's TV. I'll see you again in our next videos. Thank you for watching.